friends, this is Thaddeus from Going Nerdy, and we are getting Return of the Jedi Luke. Now, I know this is coming as a surprise to, everyone, because, they're focusing, they told us they were going to focus on The Empire Strikes Back, and they give us Return of the Jedi. Now, a lot of people have been talking about and asking the question, is this a tone-deaf move to appease the masses? Are they giving us this new character in order to kind of mollify, to move over kind of the frustration and anxiety that we've been experiencing as players, as fans of Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes? And a lot of these people who have these questions, I think, have absolutely justified concerns. If you look at all the stuff that's been going on in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes lately, you have Ahnaldgate, you have the fact that we haven't heard anything from CG for the longest time, the cheater scandal, you have all of this stuff that's going on. Not to mention the fact that the one thing that they told us they would do is the road ahead has been pushed to the end of the quarter. So now, instead of the road ahead for this quarter, it's going to be the road ahead for last quarter and the quarter after and the quarter. There's a lot of concern here. And as I was in my Discord channel, I was talking to, he's like my muse. Every time I sit down and talk with this guy, he inspires me to think about things from a different perspective. And I challenge everyone to get a muse, someone who they can chat with and be able to look at stuff outside the box. And he and everyone on the channel were like, look, there's only a few ways we can take this. We can either look at this as a positive, or we can look at it as a negative, or maybe something in between. And granted, those really are the only few ways. You're like, Thaddeus, of course, those are the only ways you can look at this. Is this a way that CG is just saying, don't look at the stuff that we're doing poorly. Look at this new shiny thing. I think that Return of the Jedi Luke, while shocking that this is a character they're introducing at this point in time, right? We're celebrating the 40th anniversary of The Empire Strikes Back, and boom, Return of the Jedi Luke. It seems weird, seems odd, but whatever. As I was looking at this, though, I kind of started thinking about the concept of being tone deaf and whether or not CG is tone deaf in this launch or in this, okay? So I'm going to put on my devil's advocate hat and let's kind of talk about, let's break this down and see whether or not they really are being... All right. Now, I don't have horns at my house. I unfortunately couldn't find anything that was evil until I looked in my daughter's room and boom, what's more evil than Disney? I mean, come on. So, devil's advocate. Okay, first and foremost, Return of the Jedi Luke, fully black suited out Luke, is something that people have been wanting for years. Hands down, years. This is not a random thing that people are oh, it's just, yeah, fine. It's a new Luke. We're excited. No, people have wanted this forever. And this is something that they've always said, hey, this is something that will be coming eventually. We've got to time it right, so on and so forth. So it's not like the community hasn't been asking for this. And I know you're like, Thaddeus, of course, we know that we've been asking for this, but this is, look at the timing. But look at the timing. They haven't launched anything since The Mandalorian, right? Now, also, looking at the timing, it seems like this is something that we're going to be working towards. This is a teaser. This is unlikely something that we'll get in June, of course, because now June's almost half over. I'd be shocked if we got a Return of the Jedi Luke, anytime before July. But the timing is they're done with episode 9. They don't have anything except to pull on stuff from previous seasons, with the exception of The Mandalorian. Now, The Mandalorian, even Clone Wars to an extent, because they focus so heavily on the Clone Wars in the past, it seems like they need to move on, right? At least for them, it seems like it. I still really want the Bad Batch. I still really want a lot of rework Mace Windu, right? But yes, they've focused on those things, right? At least for a part. And now they're going to jump back to the original trilogy and give us the character that we've been asking for. So it's not necessarily shocking. Yes, it's shocking that they decided to put Return of the Jedi Luke while we're celebrating, Empire Strikes Back. Yeah, that's kind of, I get that. That's kind of weird. Now, additionally, we've been asking for content. We've been begging for content. And it is unlikely that this is just coming as a marquee character. I mean, how pissed off you think the fans, the audience would be pissed before this? Launch him as a marquee character and you will see heads roll. People will get mad, really mad. So this is definitely coming as either a legendary event or a hero's journey or some form. It is unlikely that this will come as a galactic legend. Now, yeah, we're going to find out all of this stuff tomorrow. But here's the thing. We've been pissed. Absolutely pissed. Angry, furious, upset. Did the galactic legends take so freaking long to farm? So many hoops to jump through. Okay? And rightfully so. Because they absolutely do. I'm farming First Order. And I almost have all of my characters to a point where they're able to be relicked. Not where they're being relicked and I can start actually, getting my tickets. Because that's not going to happen for another freaking month. But they're almost able to be relicked. It's infuriating. But if this isn't a Galactic Legends Luke, right? If Return of the Jedi Luke isn't a Galactic Legends Luke, it is unlikely that we will have to farm nearly as much. Now, because we have so many other characters in the Rebel faction, because in-game players have farmed most Rebel characters, with maybe the exception of Phoenix all the way to Relic 13, or even Rogue One to Relic 13. Sure, you have probably a handful that are 12, maybe even above, but it's unlikely that you have those. But Luke didn't interact with those people. I mean, Hera to some extent, but really he didn't. And the characters that you have, the characters that you are likely to have in your roster currently, are possibly the characters that you're going to need for this coming event, with maybe the exception of the whole Rebel Bomber that just was launched. I could see them trying to make us whale out on that and or farm that, and that would be very frustrating. I get that. But if that's the case, then this is probably the most free-to-play, and I use that loosely, character that is an end-game style character that they've come up with for a very long time. Now, with the whole Kylo Ren and Rey Galactic Legend problem, we had the huge buff that Kylo Ren just got, and it's awesome, and people are really pissed off that Rey didn't get something. But here's the thing. Galactic Legends Rey does kind of work with the light side people, and having a light side Luke could mean that this is just another character that would work well with her. Now, that's total speculation. We'll find out on Monday, of course. But I just feel like there's more to this. Okay? And the fact that it may not show up as a Galactic Legends may be a huge benefit to us. Now, we're speculating that it's going to be a hero's journey or a legendary event. There is a whole nother option that we don't or haven't even looked into, and that is whatever the heck they are doing with this new tool that they've been working on for the last however long. Additionally, this could be the beginning of a new raid. It could be the beginning of a number of different aspects for this game. And specifically that if it's not those things, there's a lot of possibility that other stuff could be coming. Now, finally, are they tone deaf? Are they tone deaf? Why didn't they address the whole Arnold thing? Well, I mean, with the exception of like very formal notes on the forums, when have they ever come out and said, oh, Bulldog has been banned for this reason and made it like huge public knowledge? Typically, it's a YouTuber, someone who comes out and is like, dude, this is what happened, this is my experience, this is why I'm pissed, or this is why I'm frustrated, or whatever. Usually they kind of sweep it under the rug. It doesn't make sense that they would launch this bit of information, this new character, this new whatever that is coming with this, and say, oh, by the way, we're going to work with Arnold, or we're not going to work with Arnold. Now, it's very possible that on Monday they will come out with something and say, hey, look, there are some major changes coming to the game. We are going to be more strictly enforcing certain things. We are going to be more strictly enforcing this, or we're going to address that. We're, switching it over. Maybe they change the terms of service. Maybe they give Arnold his account back. Neither one of those, in my mind, is likely. But it's likely that what they will do is have a very short explanation as to why they did what they did and move on from there. I don't think that we're going to see a huge jump, or I don't think that we're going to see a huge focus on that. I think that we'll see a moving forward type situation. Now, with all of that, there's a lot of potential for this game, and I'm not sold that it's at its end. If anything, this is the end of the beginning. I mean, Luke was never my favorite. I know I'm going to bring a lot of heat by saying that. Give me Hondo or give me death, right? It's not Hondo, and so I'm a little upset, but I'm excited to see what happens. I am excited to see. As I've mentioned before, I am a minnow, an aggressive minnow. I'm someone who likes to spend, or let me phrase that. I don't like to spend. Someone who does spend from time to time in this game. And as such, I do want the game to continue. And here's the thing. I think you do too. I really do. And with more and more stuff, with more video games coming out, I think it's likely that we're going to see huge news on Monday. That being said, guys, what do you think? I mean, are you with the people who are like, no, this is tone deaf, this is ridiculous, this is EA trying to push it under the rug? What do you think? I mean, your opinion's your opinion, but I want to hear it. Share it with me in the comments below. Let me know. In the section below, you'll also see two links, one for a free Audible trial, and one, and with that trial, if you actually donate an Audible subscription to yourself, to someone else, you help the channel. There's a lot of awesome books out there, guys. A lot of Star Wars books that are absolutely amazing that are coming out, that have come out. I'm looking forward to next month. I'm actually looking forward to, in a couple of weeks, where the follow-up to Alphabet Squadron, Shadow Fall, is coming out on the 23rd. Very excited for that. Check the link below. You get one free audiobook, and then you get like the Audible originals, which are great. Check those out. You get it free. You sign up. You help the channel. You don't sign up, that's fine too. Check out your local library for Star Wars books. They're awesome. They're wonderful. They're great. Now, the second link you will see is a link to the Going Nerdy Swag Store, which allows you to not only support the channel, but to get some really cool stuff. Now, this is stuff that I'm buying and creating for myself, and I'm just opening it to the public. If you want some t-shirts, if you have a t-shirt idea that you're like, hey, Going Nerdy, create this for me, I will do my best. Just send me a message on Discord. But if you buy one of these t-shirts, you do help me out. We have two shirts right now. You have the What Would Hondo Do and Order 66 Was an Inside Job. More is coming very soon. But like, subscribe, share. Let me know in the section below what you think. Hit that little bell icon wherever it is to get notified when I launch a new video. And for Going Nerdy, this has been Thaddeus. And as always, my friends, smile and stay nerdy.